All right, thanks, guys. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're having a great morning. Just want to cover a couple lines and personal leans in the NBA. So let's get started with the Bulls at the Pacers. 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Indiana. The Pacers open the betting as the 9-point favorite, and the total at 208.5. Since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing a slight fade of the Pacers in the early going here. We're also seeing movement downward on the total as well. Right now, Indiana's minus 8.5 with the total moving downward to 208 even. Once again, the Pacers open 9 down to 8.5. Total open 208.5 down to 208 even. 53% of the consensus is on Indiana. 60% is shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Bulls are plus 310 for some money line cash. Now, Chicago did just fire their head coach. They've also failed to cover in 4 out of their last 6 ball games. And the Chicago team is putting up just 101 points per contest on the road. They're also shooting just 43% from the field away from home. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Indiana, they're 67% against the spread in their games at the current number. This Indiana defense is giving up just 98 points per contest on their home court. Their opponents are also shooting just 42% on their home court as well. Now, scoring-wise, Indiana 7-3 to the under in their games at home. Meanwhile, Chicago 16-8 to the under in their games overall for the year. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take Indiana minus 8 and the under 208 in that one. And with that said, I just want to quickly welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Tuesday's NBA action. But before we get into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now, open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a few seconds. Link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans for Tuesday night's NBA action. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Magic Heat, 7:30 tip-off in Miami. The Heat open the betting as the 1.5-point favorite, and the total at 207 and a hook. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing steady money on Miami in the early going here. We're also seeing steady money toward the over as well. Right now, the Heat are minus 2.5 with the total moving upward to 209 even. So once again, Miami open 1.5, now 2.5. Total open 207 and a hook up to 209. 51% are leaning Orlando, 66% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Magic are plus 120 for some money line cash. Now, Orlando's been pretty good against the number so far for the season. They're 14-9 ATS overall for the year. They've also successfully covered the number in 8 out of their last 11 away from home. This Miami offense, on the other side of things, well, they're just scoring 106 points. Let's try that again. This Miami offense is scoring just 106 points per contest on their home court. They're also shooting just 43% from the field in Miami. Now, scoring-wise, the Heat 2-0 to the under in their last 2, 6-2 to the under in their last 8. Meanwhile, on the Orlando side of things, they're 4-2 to the under in their last 6 ball games. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it up, and lean toward the underdogs in this one. Give me Orlando plus 3 and the under 209 in that one. Next game, Trailblazers, Mavericks. 8:30 tip-off in Dallas. The Dallas Mavericks open the betting as the 1-point favorite, and the total at 219. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing early money on Dallas. We're seeing early money on the over. Right now, the Mavs are minus 2. with the total moving upward to 220 even. Once again, Dallas open -1, now -2, total open 219 up to 220. 51% are leaning Portland, 65% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Blazers are plus $1.10 for some money line cash. Now, this Dallas team is one of the better covering teams in the association. They're 14-7 against the spread overall for the year, 9-2 ATS in their games at home. They've successfully covered the number in 9 out of their last 11 on their home court. This Dallas team is also scoring 116 points per contest on their home court. They're also giving up just 106 points per contest at home as well. Meanwhile, on the Portland side of things, they have not been getting the job done against the number as of late. They're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 ball games. They've also dropped 5 out of their last 6 in the straight-up category. This Portland defense, they're allowing 116 points per contest away from home. Their opponents are shooting 48% from the field in that same category. Now, Portland is 14-9 to the over so far for the year. 8 out of their last 11 games went over the total away from home. Meanwhile, Dallas 4-1 to the over in their last 5 ball games themselves. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward Dallas -2 and the over. 220 in that one. Next game, Kings, Suns. 9 o'clock tip-off in Phoenix. The Kings open the betting as the 5.5-point favorite, and the total at 226. And since those markets opened this one up, no real surprises here, as most of that early money came pouring in on the Kings. We've also seen steady money pouring in on the under in this one as well. Sacramento is now -6.5, with the total moving downward to 224 and a hook. Once again, the Kings open 5.5 up to 6.5. Total open 226 down to 224 and a hook. 59% are on Sacramento, 55% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Phoenix is +215 for some money line cash. Now, the Sacramento team is scoring 119 points per contest on the road. They're shooting 49% from the field in that very same category. They're 14-8 against the spread overall for the year. They've also successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 6 ball games. Meanwhile, on the other side, completely different story for Phoenix, as they're just 4-19 straight up overall for the year. They've also covered just 8 out of those 23 ball games, 8-15 ATS overall for the year as well. This Phoenix offense is putting up just 101 points per contest on their home court. They've also failed to cover in their last 5 straight, 0-5 ATS in their last 5. Now, scoring-wise, Phoenix is 14-9 to the under so far for the year. 8 out of their 11 home games stayed under the total. They also just can't score points. They just can't get the job done on the offensive side of things. So with all that said and done, I'm going to be a bit chalky on this game here. I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take Sacramento -6 in the under, 224.5 in this one. All right, that is going to bring me to my next and final game for the show. It is going to be Spurs Jazz, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Utah. The Jazz opened the betting as the 6-point favorite, and the total at 214.5. And since those markets opened this one up, we've seen steady and consistent money, steady and consistent early money coming in on the Jazz. We're also seeing steady and consistent money coming in on the under as well. Right now, Utah's -7 with the total moving downward to 214. So once again, the Jazz open -6 up to -7. Total open 214.5 down to 214 even. 55% are leaning Utah, 52% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Spurs are +260 for some money line cash. Now, the Spurs have failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4 ball games. They're just 5-7 against the spread in their games on the road this year. Sacramento's giving up 116 points per contest away from home. Their opponents are shooting 50% from the field in that very same category. Now, Utah, they successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 3. Their defense is giving up just 107 points per contest for the season. And total-wise, Utah 2-1 to the under in their last trio of ball games. They're shooting just 45%. San Antonio is shooting just 45% from the field in their games away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the chalky play in this one as well. Give me Utah -7, getting the job done at home, and the under 214 in that one. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I just want to once again quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. Memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. That gives you access to my daily best play, which has been killing it lately. So once again, please feel free to visit me at patreon.com/BrockPage. And as always, I thank you for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And as always, don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.